All right, what's going on, everybody? This is the Eagles Rant with Quest 64, and let's jump right into it, man. A.J. Brown trade rumors keep heating up, and one of the teams that just got added to the laundry list of teams from the Rams, the Patriots, the Chiefs. Who else was it? Rams, Patriots, Chiefs. That's it. But another team just got added, and that was the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's get into it. So as you see here, Savage Philly Sports Media is reporting the Jacksonville Jaguars have emerged as a serious threat to steal A.J. Brown from the Patriots with a much better trade package for the Eagles, including trading Brian Thomas Jr. per NFL insider Jason La Canforana. Whatever. I know I completely butchered that man's name, but that's besides the point. There is yet again another team that has been added into this A.J. Brown trade nonsense that's been going on since the very beginning of the offseason when the Eagles unfortunately lost to the 49ers. And as I've been saying all along, something just doesn't feel right. Something is off about this whole A.J. Brown trade scenario thing. And I never understood why there was only one team that was being reported that was heavily interested in A.J. Brown, and that being the New England Patriots. It just didn't make sense to me. A.J. Brown is a game changer. He's one of the best receivers in the league. He's been a Pro Bowler multiple times, an All-Pro. He's a Super Bowl champion. Never had a season under 1,000 yards with his time with the Eagles. A.J. Brown puts up numbers and he produces on the field when his number is called 9 times out of 10. That playoff game was an anomaly compared to the games that he's had in the past. With that being said, man, this makes the whole trade scenarios very interesting because the Eagles have all the leverage. If we don't get a trade done, fine. We got A.J. Brown for the next season, and that is going to look amazing because you add A.J. Brown into the Sean Mannion offense with Mekhi Lemon in the slot. We got our wide receivers 1, 2, and 3, our running back, tight end, offensive lines back and loaded. It sets up for a really good season if A.J. Brown stays. But if he leaves, and like it's saying here, the Jaguars will be willing to include Brian Thomas Jr., who is a good receiver, but last year he had kind of a disappointing season. For whatever reason, him and Trevor Lawrence just weren't online at all throughout that season, and he wasn't able to replicate the success he had the year before. So I could see where the Jags would be willing to part ways with him and try to bring in a better receiver, which is A.J. Brown. But Brian Thomas in return, that's a good trade. I'd be very happy if the Eagles got Brian Thomas Jr. in return for A.J. Brown. But it also says including Brian Thomas Jr. So that means that there's going to be other things added into the trade package. Could it be draft picks? Could it be a safety? What else could they be potentially adding into this trade? But it's being reported, man, that the Jaguars have emerged as serious contenders and that the offer that they're giving is better than the Patriots offer. So what does that do? It forces the Patriots to offer more. And what does that do if it forces the Patriots to offer more? If the Rams are actually interested in A.J. Brown, it forces them to add more to the trade. This is really good news if you're an Eagles fan because, okay, there's two sides to the coin, right? On one side, you want to keep A.J. Brown. You want to see what this offense will look like under Sean Mannion with him included in it. And on the other side of that coin, you want to get rid of A.J. Brown, get the best trade value possible. And now it's being reported that multiple teams are interested and that the Patriots are actually being outbidded at the moment. That's really exciting, man. And it's got me like, man, can we get to June 1st already so we can see what this trade is going to be or where he lands? I honestly wouldn't be surprised, though, if A.J. Brown isn't going post June 1st. It might be later in the offseason. It might be around training camp that he finally gets sent somewhere. Another team that I want to mention quickly that could be a team that jumps into this race for A.J. Brown outside of the Jaguars or the Patriots, the Chiefs, or the Rams is none other than the San Francisco 49ers. As we all know, the 49ers are dealing with a situation in Brandon Ayuk and him not being a part of this team anymore. And here are some of the things that they are saying about the Niners. The 49ers, who at some point will part with AWOL receiver Brandon Ayuk, have a very high payroll as it stands, and their cap space has been an issue. But even with Mike Evans there, one could make a case for Brown, especially with some of the recent injuries to some of their top-class pass catchers. It's hard to imagine the 49ers or Chiefs outbidding the Patriots for Brown. New England needs Brown's services more than every other contending franchise, given they're without a number one wide receiver months before the start of the 26-27 campaign. Now, what makes that situation interesting to me, man, the 49ers are a team that are in playoff contention, a win now window. A lot of their stars are getting older. Fred Warner's coming off a really bad injury. Joey Bosa is always banged up. Kittle's down with that Achilles. So bringing in A.J. Brown, a guy who's been relatively healthy, the only thing he really deals with a lot is hamstring issues, and adding him into that wide receiver tandem, it would be A.J. Brown, Evans, and then you got Ricky Pearsall, and Christian McCaffrey would be toting the ball for you. That might be intriguing if you're the 49ers. You might want to offer a trade for him. Maybe you send us over a safety, Malik Mustafa. Hope I'm saying his name right, Mustafa. The safety they had last year, he was pretty solid guy, and as we all know, the Eagles are in need of a safety. With that being said, man, I know this was a much quicker video. I just wanted to make a video talking about this A.J. Brown report that came out a few hours ago. And just to let you guys know where they're standing right now as far as getting a trade done. There are a lot of teams that seems like they're lining up and offering the best thing that they can to get A.J. Brown on their team because he is a game-changing receiver. He's an elite receiver. And the Eagles need to get the best value possible for him. And if that means he can't go to New England, then that's what it is. With that being said, hope y'all have a great night, man. This was the Eagles Rant with Quest 64. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, comment down below so we can talk about the sport we all love. And I'm out, man. Y'all have a good night.